Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Tom Johnson begins now.
Good evening. First tonight, our biggest jump yet. Tasmania's COVID cases have more than tripled. Today's numbers showing 428 new infections. But the Premier says there's no need for concern.
428 new cases, up from yesterday's 137.
Whilst case numbers have now increased, we still have only 2 people in hospital, and one of those people in hospital is there for reasons other than COVID.
More than 85% of the cases are under the age of 50, around 60% in the 20 to 39-year-old age group. The result, rapid antigen tests, also known as RATs, flying off the shelf, out of stock in most pharmacies and supermarkets.
We've talked about rapid antigen tests becoming, the new toilet paper.
Tasmanians told not to get tested unless they have symptoms or have been identified as a close contact.
So this is not about the worried well feeling cautious and using up testing resources that we have to prioritise to the unwell.
Australia Post offices to be set up as test distribution centres in the coming weeks, and RATs are now being used on Tasmania's borders for incoming travellers. But the opposition isn't convinced by the government's strategy.
This is not what the Premier said would happen, and this is not the plan that he sold to Tasmanians when he opened the border.
With changes to contact tracing also coming into effect from today.
We're not winding them back, we're targeting to where our increased risk is.
And going forward, positive cases will be released from isolation 8 days after they receive their test result, as long as they're not symptomatic.
Following that isolation, it is important that people continue to avoid high-risk settings and that they wear a mask.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmanian News.
Thousands have flocked to New Year's Eve festivities across Tasmania to bid farewell to another year. Spectacular fireworks displays lit up the sky and live music got people dancing to mark the arrival of 2022.
Ringing in the new year in style. The weather turned it on for Tasmanians, ready to mark the final day on the calendar.
The freedom to be able to go out and enjoy some time in our beautiful state.
It's been great so far. There's a lot of people coming in the crowd now. We're just starting to get a bit busier, which is great.
Just enjoy it, have time with friends and family, and yeah.
Determined to send off what's been a difficult 12 months, Launceston's Beer Fest event was popular for partygoers.
They have so many different options, it's really, really good.
For tonight, I'll probably just hang out at the Beer Fest, have a couple of drinks, just hang out. It'll be really fun.
Some taking the time to set out their New Year's resolutions early on.
I'm working on making decisions quicker.
No more ice cream.
Eat healthy, work out, live the life we haven't been able to live during COVID.
The traditional fireworks display remained a major draw card with bright explosions scattered across Tasmanian skies.
Oh, they were just so beautiful. I love it. It's amazing.
Even the littlest of spectators were keen to catch a glimpse of the light show.
Do you think you'll make it to midnight?
We might for the fireworks. We're gonna go to a party and see the fireworks.
Meanwhile, at the Burnie Carnival, the countdown to midnight was also a colourful one.
2, 1, blast off!
While the COVID chaos dashed plans for some, the Taste of Summer organisers deemed their flagship night a success.
We popped the cork for 2022. There was so much sparkling wine consumed. It was such a party. It was a really wonderful night.
Many making the decision to travel interstate to dance away another year. With more than 2,500 people coming through the Hobart waterfront gates.
So last night, 30% of our ticket holders were from the mainland and the rest were locals. It was a great atmosphere here.
And it looks like they won't need any convincing to book again next year.
We had heard so many amazing things about Tasmania, so we're really glad that we could actually come.
Happy New Year!
Grace Evans, 7 Tasmanian News.
A 10-year-old boy is in ICU with serious injuries after a car crashed through a tent containing 5 people. Police have taken a 27-year-old man into custody after the incident at West Kentish Road campgrounds. The 4 other occupants of the tent were taken to the North West Regional Hospital but were later discharged. Police say the male was exhibiting antisocial behaviour prior to the crash. A man and 2 women have been taken to the Royal Hobart Hospital with serious injuries following a crash last night at Adventure Bay. It's alleged they were hit by a Toyota van on Hansons Road just before 10 o'clock. A 59-year-old Denern woman who escaped unharmed has since been charged with causing grievous bodily harm and driving while disqualified. She's due to appear in court tonight. Longford-based horse Super Swoop has claimed the 2022 Longford Cup, with thousands attending the traditional New Year's Day event. Trackside, there were all the usual festivities, the event fortunate with good weather once again.
We're away and racing for 2022. And to celebrate, punters flocked to the New Year's Day Longford Cup.
Yes, I've been coming here since I was 16 years old.
What do you love about it?
I love the atmosphere. I love the racing itself.
We normally try and have a low-key New Year's Eve, just ready for tonight. There's always a band back down at the country club, so this is normally our party.
A day in the sun deemed the perfect way to spend the afternoon.
Well, Longford Cup's great. Like, look at the weather. How good is it?
Longford's best dressed strutted their stuff in the fashions on the field, while those who fancy their race knowledge tried to beat the bookies.
It'd be a great end of the day if I could.
Are you a good punter?
I wouldn't say I am, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, I've had a punt, haven't got a winner. We just backed a winner, but the bloke in the syndicate lost the ticket.
However, anyone nursing a sore head from last night may have wanted to avoid the bagpipes.
We try to just play a little bit without annoying too many people who are here for the races. We just play a few tunes here and there.
This year's Longford Cup marks a special anniversary. In 1972, Tasmanian horse Piping Lane won this event before going on to claim the Melbourne Cup in November.
And it seems to be continuous over the years. Various horses have gone on. Last year, the Longford Cup winner won the Launceston Cup.
This year's winner, Super Swoop, has a lot to live up to. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian cyclists have finished the Carnival Series strongly, taking out the Burnie men's and women's wheel races. Launceston's Hamish McKenzie led home a strong group of middle markers to take his first senior wheel race. In the women's, Masters rider Suzanne Straits brought home a Hobart 1-2-3. In the gift races, Tasmanian-born Keisha Prasiak prevailed in a nail-biting finish.
And here comes Lewis. Prasiak, though, stretches away and takes it.
In the men's gift, Victorian sprinter Ryan Tarrant narrowly took the win after starting at the back of the field. The Tasmania Jack Jumpers are back playing in front of a sellout home crowd as they take on Melbourne United. It was a strong start for the visitors, Caleb Agata putting the first points on the board for Melbourne, but that was quickly matched by Tasmania's Sam McDaniel. Melbourne is leading the Jack Jumpers 56-55. Will Magnay missing from the court for the Jack Jumpers tonight, out because of COVID protocols.
Good evening. Cressy had the state's top temperature at 35 degrees, 32 in Launceston, 26 for Burnie and 25 in Devonport and 22 for Hobart. Ouse was a hot 33, 34 on Flinders Island, 25 in Smithton and 19 in Strawn. There's a cloud stream across the west and south of the state from the northwest. Mid to high level cloud moving across Tasmania, Western Victoria and much of South Australia. Mid to high level cloud associated with thunderstorms sits over northeast New South Wales and central Western Australia. A trough and cold front crossing Tasmania in the morning and afternoon. Tropical cyclone Seth continues off the Queensland coast. Winds north to northwesterly 5 to 15 knots, 20 knots about the south. Swells west to southwesterly 1.5 to 2.5 metres in the west and south. In the Central Plateau Lakes and Southwest Lakes, northwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots. A strong wind warning is current for the upper east coast, and a very high fire danger is forecast for the central north and Midlands. Showers are expected in Hobart tomorrow and 22. Showers also for Richmond and Ouse. A shower or two in Launceston, Devonport and Dale-Lorraine, 27 for Launceston. A shower or two for Burnie, 25, 20 in Strawn and 19 in Curry. A hot 28 in St Helens with a shower or two. Showers in Swansea, 26 and 25 for Whitemark. Be careful in the sun tomorrow. The UV will be extreme at 11. On Monday, partly cloudy for much of the state and a possible shower for Launceston. Tuesday, a shower or two for Curry and cloudy for the rest of the state. And on Wednesday, showers for much of Tasmania, Strawn to reach 24. Across Australia tomorrow, sunny in Sydney, 29, a possible shower for Cairns, 35, and mostly sunny in Alice Springs, 41. And it's currently 19 degrees in Hobart and cloudy, 28 in Launceston, mostly cloudy, 22 in Devonport and cloudy. And Tom, Happy New Year. I hope you do better than last year and stick to your New Year's resolutions.
Oh, Leslie, I'm afraid the no beer one's going to go out the window not too long from now. That's all your news. Enjoy your night and hope your New Year's resolutions go better than mine. Good night.